Hey keto cheesecake lovers, have you ever tried making cheesecake in your Instant Pot? Well, trust me, you need to try it. And today on All Day I Dream About Food, we're making my keto lemon cheesecake in an Instant Pot. I don't know what it is about cooking it in the Instant Pot, but it's somehow magical. It creates this creamy, dense quality that is exactly what you're looking for in a keto cheesecake. So let me show you how it's done. So first, let's talk about special equipment. Because of the size of your Instant Pot, you're going to need a smaller springform pan than usual. So this is a 7-inch springform pan, and it fits right inside. Also, if you want to make it easier to get your cheesecake in and out of your Instant Pot, you can get a little trivet with handles like this one. If not, that's fine. You can use the trivet that comes with your Instant Pot, no problem. You'll just have to kind of get your fingers around it to lift it out. Now let's get started on making the crust. I have half a cup of almond flour here, and I'm just going to grate a little lemon zest right into it, probably about a teaspoon. And I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of powdered swerve sweetener. I like to use the powdered version so that I get less grittiness once it's cooked. And we'll add a touch of salt, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. We can just whisk those things together and break up any clumps in the almond flour. And then we'll stir in 1.5 tablespoons of melted butter. You just really want to work it in with a rubber spatula so that it sticks together. And to make it easier to get our cheesecake out of the pan, I'm going to line the bottom with a 7-inch circle of parchment paper. Then we want to grease the paper and the sides of the pan. And once your crust mixture is clumping together, you can just transfer it to your pan and press it as evenly as you can into the bottom. And to even out your crust really nicely, I recommend taking a flat bottom glass and just pressing it right into the bottom and evening out all the fingerprint marks. Now we can get going on our filling. So I have a full pound of cream cheese, very well softened, and I'm going to beat that without anything else until it's nice and smooth. Now we're going to add our sweetener. Again, I'm using powdered sweetener, and this is powdered swerve, and I've got about 2/3 cup. And because it's powdered, you want to start your mixer on low so it doesn't poof out everywhere. When you have that nice and creamy, you can add some lemon zest. So again, I'm just taking a fresh lemon and zesting it right into the bowl. And you're looking for about a teaspoon of lemon zest. And we'll add a 1/4 cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice. And if you really want to amp up the lemon flavor, I recommend adding about a teaspoon of lemon extract. And again, we'll beat this until nice and smooth. Now we're ready to add our eggs. So I have 1 whole egg, and I have that at room temperature so it doesn't cause the cream cheese to clump up. Now I'm adding 2 egg yolks. By just using some yolk, I give it a natural yellow color. And you want to beat in the eggs until just barely mixed. You definitely don't want to overbeat them. Finally, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of whipping cream. And again, just beat this till barely combined. And you can see here how nice and creamy and smooth this is, and it's ready to go in our pan. So we can just pour our batter right into the pan over top the crust. I like to shake the pan a little to even out the filling. Now, because pressure cookers tend to really push a lot of moisture into the pan, you're going to take some extra steps to keep it out. So we're going to take some foil and we're going to line the bottom of our pan and surround it as much as we can, folding it up over. You want to push it on as tightly as you can and cover the seams of the pan. Then we're going to take some paper towel and place it right over top of the cheesecake, but without touching the cheesecake itself. And that will catch some of the extra moisture that comes through the top. Finally, we're going to take another piece of foil and we're going to wrap that tightly around the top. And in the end, your pan should be almost completely covered by foil, so the top foil should meet the bottom foil. Now we want to pour 1 cup of water into the bottom of our Instant Pot and just lower your cheesecake on the trivet right in. Then put the top on, seal it shut, and you're going to set your Instant Pot on high for 35 minutes. Okay, turn it off. The Instant Pot has finished cooking, and you want to let all of the pressure release naturally, which means you don't want to vent the top. But now it's all done, and you can see that when I do vent it, no steam comes out. So we can open our Instant Pot, and you carefully want to lift your cheesecake out of the pot. And you can take off the foil and the paper towel. And now you need to let your cheesecake cool to room temperature. And then comes the hard part. It needs to go into the fridge for at least 3 hours to set properly. You can even leave it up to overnight. Okay, cheesecake lovers, we are finally ready to cut into our cheesecake. So I've taken it out of the fridge. It's been setting for about 3 hours, and I'm just going to loosen the sides with a knife and run this sharp knife all the way around the outside of the cheesecake. And then I'm going to carefully loosen the sides of my springform pan. Oop, popped right off. Good. And there we go. And now, because I lined the bottom with parchment, I should be able to lift it right off of the cheesecake pan. Very carefully with 2 lifters. Make sure it's loosening. Good. And I can put it on a serving plate. Excellent, that came out really nicely. Now for some decoration. You could, of course, just eat it as is, but I always like to put a little whipped cream on top. You can pipe it on really nicely, or you can just spread the whole top with some whipped cream. Now to finish it off, you can use some sliced lemon. You can finely grate some lemon zest over. I always like to take a cocktail zester and get some long stripes of lemon peel and just sprinkle those on top. And how gorgeous does that look? This is a beautiful dense cheesecake with a great lemon flavor. Let's cut in and try some. Oh, that came out beautifully. Look at that. So we will take a little bite, if I can get it off my lifter. There we go. Oh, that is one gorgeous lemon cheesecake. Oh, it's so creamy and so smooth. That is amazing. If you've never tried making keto cheesecake in an Instant Pot, I highly recommend it. It is creamy, dense. It's an out-of-this-world cheesecake experience. For this Keto Instant Pot dessert recipe and so many more, please check out alldayidreamaboutfood.com.